Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. No, not really. This is my day off. I'm painting today, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint the Sharkman that I got from Reaper Bones. I've spent about 2 sessions on this project. I'm hoping that I'll get it finished today. Certainly that's the hope. I'm really hoping that I'll get it done. I think maybe about an hour of work should do it, but we'll see how we go. Now, I've already done the base colours, so dark blue, light blue underneath, kind of duplicating the miniature that I'm showing you right now. And what I'm going to do is, yesterday I did a lot of detailing, but I'm going to finish off the detailing today and just see how it all goes. So yeah, by all means, grab your own paints and miniatures and so forth, join along with me, and chat along with me if you have anything you really want to talk about, by all means. Okay, let's get going. So one of those odd little things. I don't know that necessarily live streaming on Twitch TV is something that I'm getting used to, but we'll see how we go. Still getting over cold. Now, what I've done is I've already worked on the teeth. I'm going to go straight for the teeth and the tongue, actually. I'm going to go straight for the tongue and go with red. I do have a red already. Not a particularly good red, I think. I'm going to use the Vallejo flat red. And then I'm going to back it up with a different red from the Dungeons and Dragons Nolzur miniatures. So I'm going to be here for quite a long time. I'm probably going to take some breaks along the way, so you'll see the live stream sort of end. I'll let you know when that happens, and it'll come back again with a different project, or the same project, if I'm not finished, which is entirely possible. Okay, so let's get some red on there. And just drop that down there, flip that over. And, oh, okay, don't even have to thin that down, so we'll just go straight into it. Very good. I've found that getting inside the mouth has been very difficult. It hasn't been the easiest location to access. And I was putting orange on yesterday. How's it going? Have you got your own project? Is it too early? Too late? No idea. So yes. I think it is, the red's coming out a lot better. I know, certainly I think that putting the orange on first was a good idea. Okay, where are we? Come on. Alright, let's get a smaller brush to tidy up around there maybe. And I went and saw the movie Spider-Man, Far From Home. I enjoyed it. Apart from the first half reminded me of a teenage movie. No, not even a teenage movie. It was more like I'm not going to give away, so don't worry about spoilers. It was more like a teenage TV series, actually. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't really what I was after. And it certainly didn't feel that appealing. It wasn't until near the sort of the middle of the movie, near the end, that I really felt like it was impressive. And it really did kick things into overdrive. I really did enjoy it at that point. But the beginning, it was a little bit too much for me. It felt too much like a teenage TV series. Alright, so let's get the red in here. And there we go. I think my sister wants to go and see The Lion King as well. I'm not going to say no to that. I'm all for it. I'm getting a little better, so that means I should be able to start doing some live streams and talking as of tomorrow. I think that'll be the get-go. Should be able to get some content sorted out. Need to do some reviews. I need to go over the Ghost of Salt Marsh, right? Ghost of Salt Marsh has been waiting for so long. The T-Rex I will have prepped, ready, and primed for a little bit later today, when I come back. And there we go. That's not looking too bad, actually. I feel like that's pretty good. Nice. Okay, so I'll leave you. Give that a wash out. Okay, I'm going to go straight for, let's attack this. We won't be shy about any of this. So let's find a bonish colour, skeleton bone, for the teeth. I went with the white. I actually went with a different colour, actually. I went with zombie flesh. Put the white over, and now I'm going to use this D&D skeleton bone. So are people working on their own projects, or are you just hanging out, or is it really quiet where you are? Is it really late? Totally understand if you're working your own stuff and you're too busy to talk. It's fine, no problems. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use that brush. I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush to see how that works. And this stuff, no, I'm not going to thin it down. I've made the mistake with doing this with the Nolzur's paints a few times, and it just makes a mess. I will eventually do a wash, but I think what I'll do is I'll have a session where I just wash all the miniatures all at once. I think that's probably a better idea. Come on, you. That's it. There we go. So don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I'm going to try to paint each tooth with this stuff individually and see if that makes them sort of stick out the way I want them to. There we go. Bam, da-dum. It's working out alright. Pretty good. So if people were wondering what's happening with the painting, well, the painting is now going to stay on Twitch TV. And it will go on to YouTube, but it'll be unlisted for the patrons to watch if they really want to, but I don't think they will. And I don't know how I mean, really rewatching somebody painting, unless you're part of the live stream, I don't think you'd really get very much out of it, honestly. I think there's more of a market for people who are just setting up complicated rigs and then showing you all the highlights of their painting process and then the final product. I think in my case what I will do is I will just do final product videos for YouTube. 2 or 3 minutes, show you the miniature if that, and then done once they're finished. Okay, and now the reason I'm doing this particular miniature now is I'm getting it while my eye coordination's alright and my hand coordination's not too bad too. Because I figure later on I'll get tired and I'll need some bigger, more broader strokes going on rather than trying to do fine fiddly things. Okay, those teeth look pretty good actually. Didn't actually take very much, but it's done a lot. Okay, alright, so let's ditch that or wash that out. I found the miniature in the thumbnail Bethany Razor, Pirate Captain, about $10. Oh, okay, excellent sculpture. Was part of a Kickstarter in 2013. I didn't realise that. No idea. Had no idea. Sounds good though. Okay, so done the teeth. I'm going to leave the eyes for now. I'm tempted to deal with them and just work my way down. Actually, maybe I will do that, because I'm going to be using some white. I needed to do something with I think the claws don't quite work. So let's grab the white. And we'll get that on now. Oh no, actually, no, that's right. I need to finish the claws. So where's the fine brush? Finer brush. And this time I will have to water it down just a little bit because it's starting to thicken up a bit. There we go. Good. Cool. Awesome. Alright, so it's I'm holding my breath again. I was trying not to do that yesterday, but it's hard not to. Can't help myself. It's like, oh, hold my breath. Suck it up, hold my breath. So a topic that I know I've had people ask me about whether I would do a video on the topic, and I'm going to do a topic on what to do with your gold. I figured Dungeon Masters have been, I mean, there's plenty of channels who've done the topic. It's a topic that comes up, but I will do my sort of take on it. I'm just deciding how to present that. That will be on the YouTube channel rather than on Twitch TV. It's short form content, so I think better for YouTube than it is for Twitch TV. Twitch TV, you need time for people to jump into the room, and they're set up more for long form content, right? There we go. And now getting the claws on this is a little bit tricky. I think there are still some mold lines that I didn't quite get rid of. I wish I had, but I didn't. What time is it where everybody else is? I was kind of wondering if this was going to be too early, too late. It's hard to know. I know that this is for me it's Saturday. It's about 11 AM Saturday. And everybody else, well, not everybody else, but a lot of people in North America, it should be what, Friday? And I would imagine, depending on where you are in North America, it could vary from roughly what, 12 through to about 4 o'clock. So I imagine there'll be a lot of people still at work. But the plan is to paint for quite a long time today, so there'll be a lot of these streams. Okay, that's that one. Am I happy with that? Look at all the different angles, that looks all fine. Okay, we'll leave that alone. And next, grey, 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 bone, 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 metal, 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 metal. No, I think that's fine. That's right, I was going to use some white, so get some white going. So I'm using Vallejo white. And hang on, give it a good hard shake. I thought I had shaken it hard enough, but not, obviously not. Okay, let's try that again. That's better. Good. Cool. Alright. Now I did alright with the eyes yesterday, but we'll see if we... Okay, so I don't have to water that down, that's fine. And now let's see if we can get the eyes. Yeah. Yeah, okay, alright. Okay, the eyes are sticking out. I'm going to have to put some black dots in there, but I think I'm going to have to use something smaller than a brush. My brushes aren't going to be small enough for that. I have to use sharpen a toothpick. Test it out with a toothpick. Maybe do that later. I'll wait for that to dry. Okay, let's do another coat on those toenails. Wasn't really happy with how his toenails came out. In fact, it just didn't seem to work, and I'm going to go with a lightish blue colour on them so that they blend in a little bit, because they sort of stick out. They don't look quite right. I don't know why. But we'll see how we go here. There we go. Not too bad. And a bit more water. Actually, I will bring my palette over a bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Come on, you. Yeah, now it's getting too much. This is always the problem. You add a bit of water, it's too much, and now it's too runny. At least it's the second coat, I guess that's something. If it had been the first coat, it would have been much more difficult to deal with. Okay. So I'm just tidying up on this, and then I'll go back over it with a lighter blue. And hopefully that'll make it blend in and not sort of stand out quite so aggressively. Okay. Alright, very good. That's nice. That's doing alright. So we'll take that, put that down. And next job is grey. That's right, I was working with grey. Where was my grey? Where is it? I think it's definitely a dark grey, a really dark one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is, over there, way over there. Yep, we'll use this dungeon stone for this, because when his weapon, I don't want it to be grey. So if you're wondering, why am I painting it grey? It's not, the plan is not to have it grey. Okay, that's just the beginning point. Oh, okay. And there. Alright, so I figure this brush, standard size, yep, no, that's fine, no additional paint required, so we'll just push it out of the way so I've got a bit of space. And let's deal with the finer detail sections. Oh, gonna definitely need a smaller brush in some places, but that's right. And the back end. Really, really hard to see some of these locations. Doesn't show up very well. Here we go. Ah, and then down in here. That's needing a bit more. Cool. Alright, flip it over. What are we missing over here? Oh, come on. Wrong angle. Yeah, it's definitely the underneath is going to be the hardest bit to get at. Much harder than anything else. And I can see it's fingernails under here as well. Couldn't see them yesterday. They're starting to sort of show up. So I might pick them out. I'm not sure if I even need to. They're sort of almost impossible to see half the time anyway. You wind up painting areas that nobody's ever going to see. It kind of, is it worth it? Make that decision. I think I might make the decision that it's not worth it. Okay, so I'm just tidying up around the top. And okay, I might get a smaller brush for the rest of it. Do that right now. And then little small strokes. Yeah. Huh. Well, I was a little worried I would have trouble with this, but it seems to be coming along all right. Just some of the details are really hard to get at. Yes, very, very difficult to get at as it happens. I can actually see underneath a lot more than I could yesterday. I know you can't see it. It's a bit hard to actually make out, I realise that. Just get the right angle. What's this? Is this a good angle here? And then flick that round. See if I can get a little bit underneath. That there is actually a pretty good angle to attack it from, so that's what I think I'll do. I'm just going to grab some of this grey. And then just Run it across there, a couple of strokes, just like so. That's good enough. Okay, drink of water. For me, not for my brush. Okay, so done that. I'm going to do the tooth in a second. Some oily steel would be good, but I think I'll leave that. Instead, we're going to go straight to back to the bone colour, skeleton bone. The Dungeons and Dragons Nolzur's marvellous pigments one. I need a big brush for that though. Yep, that's the one. If I remember right, this is the one I need to not water down, otherwise it's going to cause problems. Let's have to just check it. Yep, just apply it that way. And okay, good. So I don't think what I will do is take it all the way across the weapon. I think I'm just going to go for part of it. Bam. It's worked out well. And now, for the rest of it, I'm going to brush off. And brush off a bit more. Just blend it in. Back up the highlights. Come on, details. Come on out. Come to me. Come to me. Let's do it again. No, you can't see what's going on underneath here, but I'm basically just putting little small amounts of paint on to see if I can't bring out some of the details that are on that tooth weapon. It seems to be alright. It's coming out good. Cool. Okay, so let's do the other side. Oh, pardon me. And just get it from underneath, that's the trick. Okay, I think that's it. I think that part of the bone is good. And I've still got a little bit of white left, so I'm going to just hit the tip. Okay. And just along there. Okay, and do the same thing underneath. Not really going to see very much underneath anyway, though. Okay, alright, that looks all good. Cool. Okay, so next part of the project, where is it? Teeth, I'm happy with the teeth. The eyes are almost done. Fingernails are good. Toenails not so great. I still need to finish the weapon. It looks like I can actually access it from underneath, so let's go with a light blue. Where is it? Oh, I need to grab some stuff. Grab a tray. Yep. This is what I'll use. I'll use this ghostly blue and sort of help the toenails blend in with the existing leg. And then it'll be onto some oily steel. And we're looking like we're on our way to having finished it, which I'm kind of surprised by. Okay, so one brush, dry off. Okay, so it's coming off pretty quick. Let's just see if it's too much. Okay, I think those toenails are actually going to look fine if I just wash them at some point. Okay, cool, that's that done. A little bit of white. Is it still around? It is. Just get as much off as I can. There. And oh, maybe too much. Let's try that again. Okay, that's that. Cool. It's working out well. Okay, so next, oily steel, where are you? This stuff is really thick, so it doesn't go on very well. Okay, what's this? This is the Vallejo oily steel. Come on, you. Come on out. Come on. There we go. Got it. Now, where is this going to go? This is going underneath. That's right. I was going to try and tackle the underneath of it. Okay, this is not going to work. I've got to just thin this down. I'll bring it over so you can see what's going on. Okay, I think that's got it. At least part of it. And is this brush too big for the? Probably is actually. It isn't for some areas, but that area definitely looks like it's going to be too big. Okay, so we'll flick that out. I'll grab a different one. Yep, let's go with a smaller brush. So there's a handle underneath this weapon, and I'm going to use the smaller brush and the oily steel, which I've watered down, and then try to cover some of the grey that I put on there. Kind of pointless because it's right underneath and hardly anybody's ever going to see it, but still doing it. go. Find a brush for all the details now, I guess. So I got the underneath, it did go on. And I'm just looking at this bracelet that it's wearing. It looks like it's mostly covered, so I don't know that I need to actually deal with too much of that. I can probably leave it alone. Yeah. It'd be nice to be able to pick out and make those sort of pop out a little bit. I might use like some of that dwarven bronze to actually make that happen. I've got some silver. Silver would be a good idea. I've got some silver, that would be just a much better idea. Okay, so what am I doing here? Oh, that's right. I was going to work along the tops of these handles because I feel like they probably should be more metallic, those little bits. But still want a sort of a bone effect going on as well. Right down the end there. There we go. Sort of blends in together. Okay, alright, we'll do the other one. A lot of fiddly stuff. If you want to or not, I wouldn't offend. I wouldn't offend. At Noble Knight Games, you can see her paint up. Who painted it up? Are you talking about this particular miniature? I'm not offended. I know I'm not the best painter. I'm not actually too worried about that sort of thing. Most of the time, as people have indicated to me in the past, that they don't usually show up for my painting skills. They usually show up for me to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and chat with me. So that's what I usually tend to wind up doing. Only reason I'm not doing an awful lot of Dungeons and Dragons talk right now is it's all very, very fine detail. And got to concentrate. Unfortunately, when it gets to fine detail, I have to hold my breath a bit. There we go. Okay, cool. Worked out all right. Okay. I'm actually reasonably happy with that so far. I feel like once it's had some appropriate washes in the right places, it's probably going to be all right. So that, now what was I going to do? I've done that down the bottom. I'm going to leave that for now. I've done the teeth. I need to do the eyes. I need to do the bracelets. And I feel like once I've done the bracelets, it's maybe just dry brush the base that it's sitting on, and that's really probably about it. Bethany Razor, you painted a grapefruit. Well, thank you. It's just about finished. I don't know that it's finished yet, but I'm pretty close. I feel like I'm really, really close. So let's get the eyes. And okay, let's give this. I'm going to use the Vallejo black. I suspect that a lot of people saw the T-Rex and thought that, okay, they were coming over to see me paint the T-Rex straight away, and of course I am not painting the T-Rex straight away. I am painting it today, but not just yet. Hang on, I've got a bit of a, I think something's trapped in the bottle. Let's do that again. Oh, God, blimey. And then a huge amount of black paint comes flowing through. It's not really what I was hoping for. Alright, it's too late now. What's it like? It is very, very, very thick. Okay, so, toothpick. This is the tricky bit. Okay, one toothpick. Yeah, I'm not going to get offended. Don't worry about it. You get a lot of negative people. I am not here to give you problems or negativity. I know that. I know that. That's good. Okay. Alright, I think I've got the dot ready. Let's do the eyes. That's one eye. Let's do it again, sorry. I feel like it's I1, I2. I feel like that I should be just, no, I think that's it. Good, got it. Alright, let's get rid of this. I thought that was going to be harder, but apparently not. Big Notorious Kid, how's it going? So I am having a tough time figuring out when you go live. I do understand that, but so basically you'll find that my live streaming for my painting is now on Twitch TV. Okay, so let's have a discussion now so that you know. What I will do is I probably should actually do a video announcement for people so that they can watch that and see. The problem is with channel updates, most people don't watch a channel update. What I will do is try to make sure I update my about section for Twitch TV and for YouTube so you can see the times that I'm streaming on those different channels. And if I list the times that I'm streaming on the other channel, then people will hopefully find the information they need. I find a lot of people don't really look at the about section anyway though. So I do apologise if it's been a bit hard for you to find me and figure out when I'm actually live streaming. Okay, so I'm going to be using orc skin, which is like a grey colour, kind of light colour. I'm almost finished this project. We'll be moving on to the next one, another project very shortly. And there it is. I don't need very much, if I remember right. It's actually, is that enough? I don't know if my dry brush will be able to get that done. Yeah, we'll see how we go. All right. So working around the base of it. I turned on all my notifications. Yeah, that's probably one way of doing it. If you turn off all your notifications, you'll find me. But I mean also too, me live streaming is also a product of timing and when I can actually do it or not. Sometimes I just can't do it. It's just not appropriate. Too early in the morning or too late at night. Too late at night and you won't be able to see anything. I won't be able to see anything. You won't get me at my best. But yeah, all of the painting stuff and the crafting stuff is now on Twitch TV because it's longer form, and hopefully YouTube will no longer be able to penalise me for having people who only watch, 10% or 10 minutes of an hour and a half or an hour long painting session. Kind of understand that. It does make sense. But yeah, it's a little bit awkward if you're dealing with those sort of time frames. So you can't expect everybody to watch right to the very end. Short form is where YouTube's at. I have a crazy baby mama, so I need to keep notifications off for sanity. I totally understand that. Twitch is not user friendly at times. Oh yeah, I would agree that. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. But I can do the live stream here. The problem is that I would have to make them all unlisted after once people had watched them, and I am trying really hard to make my channel sort of grow. And long form content on YouTube just doesn't work. It just hasn't worked. I've tried. I really have. If out of anybody, I have definitely tried. The only people who can get away with long stream or long form content on YouTube are the guys over at Critical Role on YouTube, and they usually go to Twitch TV first. Okay. Alright. That's coming along nicely. And has that got everything I wanted? Almost. Just a little bit more. And we're almost there. It was I was doubtful about the blue you were using for this this shark dude, but it works now that it's finished up. Good. I'm glad you. To be absolutely honest, I wasn't completely sure I was right either. But it does seem to be working out, which is fortunate. Don't think anybody wants to watch me repaint it. That'd suck. I mean, let's get real. There's a lot of people who do repaint miniatures. Like, didn't like it the first time, so they do a repaint. He spent hours and hours painting miniatures. Okay, so that's that. And I just need to get, where is it? There's a silver. I have a silver. And where is it? A silver dragon. Silver dragon. So this is a D&D Marvelous Pigments. So I'm going to use that. Apply that as thickly as I possibly can. And then I'm going to go and spray my my T-Rex. So it's dry for, say, about half an hour from now. We should be able to go straight into that, or I'll do something else before that if it's not ready. Okay. What's that? Big Notorious. I was doubtful about it. Yeah. Watch on your phone. So even with Critical Role, I watch the YouTube but see, rebroadcasting something like Critical Role is good, but most people watch the entire thing, so they do fine. But that's not really going to be the case if anybody else live stream. We're watching a rebroadcast long stream content. It doesn't work. Yeah. They're really the only ones who can get away with doing that sort of thing. Okay, so and let's just work my way around this, I guess. I don't know that you're necessarily going to see a huge amount of differentiation because you're dealing with like oily steel and silver, so that's it's a very, very subtle difference. It's not the sort of difference that's going to stand out hugely, I imagine. How's Darren? How you doing, Darren? Welcome. And yep, cool. All right, so let's tackle the other one. And so okay, so I don't know if I've necessarily got it on the screen. If you can't see, I do apologize. I'll make sure I sort of slide it back into position so you can see what I'm doing. I need to see what I'm doing as well. Here we go. And a little bit more. The oily steel is a little bit darker than this stuff. And I don't think I'm going to do the underneath. I think I'm going to just leave to using this. I'm just going to use this on the top surface. Yep, eyes are done. Teeth look alright. I'm pretty happy with them. The tongue looks better than it did before. The toenails don't look fantastic, but I don't think I can actually do much more with them. Tips of fingernails. Well, you know what? I feel like, other than doing a wash, I feel like that's pretty much got it where it needed to be. I know that sounds strange. How many times have I ever got to a point where I actually feel like I'm happy with something? but actually, it's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that, surprisingly. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tidy up and go get myself a drink of water and spray some primer onto the T-Rex, get the next painting project organised, and I'll just make sure I can get into a decent position so you guys can see have a good close look at what's going on here. So this is what we got. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's trying to get it into a sort of a position where you can see. What I will do is I will have to take it off once it's dried, and I'll take a photo of it, and I'll put it up. I usually put things up on the Facebook group, so you better see the paint job a bit crisper on Facebook, and this will probably wind up being the thumbnail picture as well for the video, which will go up on YouTube, maybe unlisted, and patrons can watch it if they want to, but I doubt they will. It's long form content. It's not really necessarily something that anybody's particularly interested in. But anyway, yeah, I'm planning to be back doing more painting, so don't disappear for too long. I'm going to go and take a small break just to get myself sort of organised. So Matt, Darren, whoever's still left in the live chat, you know, settle yourself down, whatever you're doing. I will be back around. And I'm going to say, well, I guess, my normal thing. I don't know that I'll necessarily worry about it in the future, but not with these sorts of videos anyway. But I do have, you know, a whole bunch of videos on painting and Dungeon Master stuff, and stuff for players on YouTube, advice, tactics, you name it, the whole shaboo, everything you can possibly imagine. If you're willing to or interested in watching that, which most of you probably already have, I have a Patreon account. I have merchandise on Twitch TV now. Amazingly, I finally got the image uploaded and onto some t-shirts and mugs. I have affiliate marketing for Book Depository and Amazon, which you'll find over on my YouTube channel. Is there anything else I need to say? Probably not. So share, like, and subscribe. Hit the follow button if you're not following me on Twitch TV. And yeah, that's it. So till next time, keep rolling those 20s, and I will be back very shortly.